even working? Right. I'm just gonna assume that it's working. And if it's not, then I'm gonna be very sad. Okay, I'm just going to minimize this a little bit. I'm just gonna hope that it's working. Okay, yes, it's working. La 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 la. Okay, yes, it's working. La 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 la. Alright, it's working. We're good to go. Is it working? Okay. Thank you, me. Oh my god, that actually gave me a heart attack. Why is there two knots? What is happening? Who did what? Somebody did something. I don't know who did what. We're closing. We're deleting this one. Is it good? Oh my god, why does it make a sound? That's off. I'm turning that off. Hello, niece. Everything should be working, I think. Okay. So. Okay, I gotta turn this on too. I don't even know what I was doing. Okay, so the plan is to just do what I normally do, except stream it. So right now we have whatever this game is. I need to go anchor everything over here. Okay, so over here I was making a little radio tower building thing. This was gonna be something. It's gonna hold something. Yo, I gotta like deselect this thing. Okay. I don't even know how to deselect on here. Okay. Well, I'm gonna do what I was doing earlier today, last night, whenever it was. Excuse me. Which was making this little area. Ooh, it's way too big. Alright. So the goal is to have... Okay, whoa. I feel like everything's like really big right now and it's like kind of throwing me off. What I really want to do is add a workbench. So I have a workbench in the game, and I have to add the stuff to support the workbench code. Or not to support the code, but like to just make it work. I have to code it. And I've not done that yet. And so that's the goal for this stream, I think. But right now, I'm just gonna make a nice little building. I was watching a YouTube video when I was making this, and the YouTube video was about a Gary's Mod ARG, and it was a very good video. 9 out of 10 video. Actually, 8.5 out of 10. Alright, so I want this to be smooth and not... I'm gonna have... Alright, so the plan is... La 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 la! I'm going on this path up to the building. Right? That's the plan. Is I'm gonna make a little path up here. But I also want to flatten it out a little bit. Ooh, that's too flat. Okay. Oh, can I get rid of this? I don't think I can. I feel like everything's like really like in my face and really bright and colorful right now, and it's really throwing me off. Okay, I'm just gonna flatten it a little, not flatten it, but smooth it. Alright, okay, this... Oh. Oh, and connect it. And then this path is gonna go like... This needs to connect to the path that's over here, actually. Alright, perfect. And then, oh, there's a house over here. What? I actually don't know where I want. I want the player to spawn right here. Boom. At this big old gate. And that's going to be like, oh, I see there's a bunch of houses over here, because this is going to be like a little town. And there's going to be like a store right here. I need to flatten it out. There's going to be a store right here. There's going to be a big old Walmart. I don't think it's going to be Walmart. It's probably going to be like just a small little store. There's going to be other houses and stuff like that. I kind of have to put this right here and then this right here so I can... Oh, this is horrendous looking. Oh, this looks so bad. Hold on, how do I... I feel like an old man trying to figure this out, but I'm not an old man. So I really don't know how I'm not figuring this out. Where did my chat go? Okay, here we go. Oh, goodness. Stop! Don't grab that. Okay. And then I'm just going to place this right here. And then the chat's gone, but it's right here actually. I'm going to close all of these. I don't really need these ones. Okay, now the chat's gone. Rest in peace. Open panel. Ah, there we go. Okay. So, this house right here. This one's going to be boarded up. And you're going to need a crowbar to open it. There's going to be a bunch of stuff that you have to like open and do things with. And they're going to require tools that, here, I'll show you. Alright, we go in. Oh my god. Right, we collect these little items. Oh, got them in my inventory. And we drop them on the ground. The wrench doesn't have a model because I was really lazy and didn't want to model it. But I will, because I model everything else. Except for the trees and the radio tower. But that is because I'm lazy. And free models are easy. But the plan is to make the workbench work soon. Maybe. I don't know what the plan is actually. So I'm just gonna go copy it from over here. Boom. Grab that. Control C. Control B. Boom. Workbench right here. And then we're gonna give it. Oh yeah, it has the tag. Okay. So now, plan number 2 is make the workbench work. So we're just gonna go into our managers, add a little script in there, workbench manager, and then go in here and copy this code because I'm just lazy. I probably don't even need events. Alright, we'll just go like local collection service equal game service collection service, and then we'll do for workbench in pairs collection service get tagged workbench. Boom. Print. Yo, this thing works. Yo. Then we click run. Boom. 2 workbenches work. Alright, so next is we actually go like I want this thing to have a thing in it. So we're gonna go like local interaction part is equal to instance dot new part. And except we're not gonna do that because I'm lazy. We want like a primary part for this thing as well, so we're just gonna do that. Boom. There's also a problem. This is like really okay. Boom. Oh, boom. I'm just gonna name this like primary. We're just gonna place it like that. Boom. Anchor it, and then set this as the primary part of the workbench. Make it transparent so no one can see it, because that would look kind of weird. And then, okay. And then, local primary is equal to workbench dot primary part. And now, here's the deal. Sometimes we won't have. Actually, I need to figure, because like I haven't figured this out fully. Because sometimes a workbench will not have, or sometimes a model won't have a primary part, and I haven't fully figured out how to like have like deal with an edge case that's like that. So we're just gonna assume that everything has a primary part, and if it doesn't, then we just continue. Because we don't want to break it, we just want to make sure that it doesn't, or like skips this one, which is what that means. So local prompt is equal to instance.new proximity prompt. Prompt.parent is equal to primary. And now, about a burp. Local function workbench interact. Boom. Pow. That works. I also need to keep this open just in case. Okay. we're good. Workbench interact. Now I'm going blank on this for a moment. We'll just add a workbench thing up here. So we want to do something whenever we interact with it. Also, we don't need. We might need that, but we don't. We don't need this. No, we might need that actually. Nah, we don't need it. All right. We also want to do player because proximity prompts. They automatically have player. So if we did just workbench, then it'd be like, oh, you're doing the workbench, man. We don't want to do that. So prompt dot triggered connect. Well, we have to do a little wrapper because we can't just do this. We'll do the workbench right here, and then we'll go like, oh, don't want to add a breakpoint. Print. Yo, dude, you just interacted, yo. And it won't show up because our thing right here is. We should probably add a prompt attachment. How far up does this go? 2? We'll just make a prompt attachment deal is equal to primary find first child prompt attachment, or say we don't find it, we create a new one, and then we do like prompt.attachment.name, or prompt attachment.name is equal to prompt attachment, because if it does exist, right, and you know its name is not this, or the name is not this when we create a new one, then that's probably be bad. We set it to the parent. I could do like parent up here, but I believe that's not good. Oh, we're just gonna go with this, and then we're gonna set the prompt dot cframe. Actually, okay, well, I guess we're gonna have to do this right here to get to do the IntelliSense. Cframe is equal to cframe.new 0 to 0. Right? And then we go like play. La 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 la. Okay. It actually doesn't work. Okay, I don't know why there are models. Oh, because streaming enabled. Okay, well. Oh, wire. Well, it seems that we're not putting this in there. Why not? Maybe because I'm like drooling out of my mouth right now and trying to think about this. I'm gonna run it, and if it doesn't go like boom, 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 then we're gonna go like, huh. Well, be darned. That's not what we want. I'm doing something wrong. I can like feel in my bones. Oh. Genius idea. Oh, I see, I see. Am I doing something wrong? I feel like I'm like blindsided and I can't read my own code already. You know what? Idea. Delete this. It's the name, isn't it? It is. Prompt attachment. Okay, I'm still just as dumb. But you know what? It's Probably because... What? What am I doing? Hello? So you guys, that's why you look through your code every time you write it, because you might be an idiot like me. Okay, we're gonna go in here. Oh, yo dude, you just interacted, yo. Alright, perfect. Now we're cooking with freaking gas, guys. Now we delete this print and we delete this print, and I go deep into my mind and think about this for a moment. Oh my goodness, that was in my ears. Did it still like make a loud sound when... Oh, okay. Can I like turn off the sound, please? It's so like, it's so loud and it's like right in my ears. I know. It might be better now. Okay, we're good. I don't know why it's so loud. It like scares me every time. How do I gotta like make it to where the... Whoa. What's going on? I feel like I have something open that's like making it do this to me. And I don't want that to happen. Alright, well, the next thing is we need to do something. Whoa. Am I like... Is it in the alert box? Come on, dude. I'm gonna mute the alert box and see what happens. Because I have a feeling... Because I don't have any tabs open that could be causing this. But you never know. Alright. So... All these trees have got to go in... Yo, I actually just did this, by the way. I just did this and it just got rid of my progress. Well, okay. So, next thing to do is one right here. Boom. Boom. Crafting recipe. Right? And we boom. Boom. Delete this. Right. And this will return all of our crafting recipes and the stuff that needs it. And so the plan is I need to think about this for a moment. So a tool is going to need to go like, hello, I can't be broken. But you know, another thing can be like the items. So I think I'm going to create just a test recipe. So we'll just call this one screwdriver. Right? And now we go like tool equal crowbar. Materials equals this thing. And so whatever materials you have in your inventory are gonna let you do that. But tools won't break. but materials will. So every time you craft something, it'll just take up a thing. So my idea is you'll be able to... It's not going to be necessarily like all about crafting, but you'll be able to like craft something for something else that's not necessarily crafting to like craft, but like more crafting to progress for like a puzzle. Like say you go into this building, you're like, oh, I need some part or whatever, and you could like craft the part or something like that. And that's the plan, that's the idea, that's the goal. And so I need to make a separate system to handle the data. Okay, so I need to think about this. One, we want for the workbench, when you interact with it, what's going to happen when you interact? A menu's going to pop up, right? So when you interact, it's going to go like, yo, here's what you can do, right? And it will go like, here's what's in your inventory, and here is what you can craft with what's in your inventory. Right? Right. So, whenever you craft something, it goes like, yo, inventory, we want you to delete these specific items, but we also want you to add this specific item. So, I'm just add it to do, to do, to do, to do, to do, to do, to do. Add what would it be? Add inventory. No. Yes. Add inventory. No, because I don't want a circular requirement kind of thing. So the workbench system needs to be, thank you. My thought process for everything I add is like a big jumble of things that kind of bounce around my head, and I have to like catch them. Okay, so we go like, okay, I had to like take a step back and think about this. So, oh, okay. Add cross-reference for inventory and recipe. Add, because the thing is, if we have this, right? If we have this system, and we're like, oh, I want to look up, I want to look up something from the inventory. The thing is, if we take from this system right here, it's a circular dependency. So it'll be like, well, it's not a circular dependency, but you know, we do depend on our inventory system for something. And that's not the best thing, because we don't want to have to rely on our inventory. But we also do want to rely on it. So I think it's better if we rely on it for this. Just since, well, just since we are required to look through the inventory for this. So we'll just add a little reference for this. So we'll just declare a variable for this. So we'll just go like, oh, that's right. We actually do need to, because the thing is, the crafting recipes, they're only in replicated storage because we need to be able to check if, for like visuals, we need to be able to check if we have like stuff on the client, but the client won't ever go like, yo, we have this thing, because that, we don't want to trust the client, because that's like the #1 rule. But we want the client to be able to see the recipes, since they can't mess with the recipes, right? We'll just let them go like, oh, here you can look at this and see what's in the recipes thing. But if they change it, it's more like inspect elementing something. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if they can really change anything with it. Okay, so we cross-reference our inventory, right? We go like, yo, here's what we have in our inventory. Here's what we need for the recipe, right? The only issue is, I'm just gonna go through the motions. Open, workbench. UI opens and displays inventory and recipes and discovered recipes. UI opens and displays inventory and discovered recipes. Player clicks recipe that has, because the thing is, the player can fake a recipe, right? They can go like, we actually do have this, since they would have access to what their inventory says. So the thing we fix with that is going like, yo, let's do a sanity check and go like, yo, do we actually have this? Because like, we don't send the inventory from the client ever. We really don't send any data from the client besides names. And anyway, we check if they even have any of those names. But we open up and display our inventory and the recipes that the player has discovered. And whenever we click a recipe, you know what? Maybe it doesn't show recipes at all and you just combine stuff and see what happens. I'm not sure, but that's kind of outside of a lot of Roblox players' thinking. So we'll just go like, player clicks recipe, player clicks stuff in inventory to add to total recipe. Player sends combined recipe. Server checks if player has items in their inventory. Check if recipe exists. If not, error. Okay. Open workbench. UI opens. Okay. Interact with workbench. UI opens. Crafting UI opens and displays inventory and combination menu. Player click stuff. What's up, Glob? Player click stuff in inventory to add to total recipe. It's not that. I'm just trying to piece it together in my head and plan it out instead of getting slightly stuck on something. Player clicks stuff in inventory to add to total recipe. Player sends combined recipe. Server checks if player has items in their inventory. Check if recipe exists. If not, error and say recipe doesn't exist. Dude, I hate coding UI. That's like my... I'm not getting stuck on anything. I'm just planning it out. Anytime I make stuff, I never plan it out. And so I'm trying to get used to just planning stuff out. Check if recipe exists. If not, error and say recipe doesn't exist. What's next? Yeah, I know. Interact with workbench. Crafting UI opens and displays inventory and combination menu. Player quick stuff in inventory to add to total recipe. Player since combined recipe. Server checks if player has items in their inventory. Check if recipe exists. If not, error and say recipe doesn't exist. Yeah. Remove items from inventory. Add new item into inventory. I feel like I'm missing a step here. Check if recipe exists. Crafting successful. Notify player. Yeah, I'd say I got everything down. I'm just trying to make everything more... I'm just trying to visualize it in my head. Okay. So everything... It's not insanely hard to learn. It took me a little while to learn everything, but initially, because like my whole learning, so when you start using non-number indexes in the tables, you need to use a for loop to get the length. Hashtag table function will only return number indexes. So I gotta reread that. Also, when you start using non-number indexes with tables, oh yeah, like dictionaries with like string keys and stuff. If you had two strings, two numbers, it would return a 2. Yeah, I know that you gotta use a for loop to get different stuff. Okay. Let me go through this one more time. Interact with workbench. crafting UI opens and displays inventory and combination menu. Player clicks items, and items are added to the combination menu. Player can click the item again to remove it and place it back in their inventory. Okay, wait. Now the real question is, do the items stay inside of the workbench when you exit, or are they still in your inventory while you're combining them? Thing is, you could use a primary prompt and then have it where the items the player has of each type appear on the table. Oh, like just kind of make it to where it looks like they tossed all the things on the table. That would be cool. Oh, it would be more realistic. Um, it would be more of is it diegetic? I'll just search that up. Diegetic UI. Kind of like where the UI is more like it exists in the world. That kind of thing. And technically with this method you only have to display one of each item. That's true. That is very true. Maybe the individual workbenches would have a table that you place the items into. I still don't know why it's making like a really loud sound whenever there's like a message. This isn't this is like a completely separate game, by the way. Just an FYI. I still need to figure this out. Hold on. This can go to here. This can go to here. Yeah, I'm understanding it. But okay, interact with workbench. So this will be like a little prompt. You press E on it. You have the UI pop up in your face. It'll probably send like a remote event to the client. That'll just like go like, yo. But my question is, why do you have next-gen UI? Oh, well, 'cause it's gonna get added officially eventually. So I decided, you know what, I might as well just get used to it. And I have gotten used to it, and it does suck, but, you know, Roblox is gonna make it official at some point, and I would rather know where everything is on a new system than kind of be stuck on an older system and not know where the new stuff is. But I figured it out. I've been using it for a little while. Crafting UI opens and displays inventory. Um, it definitely doesn't, but I do like how you can make new tabs. I like that's a plus. But player can click the item again to remove it and place it back in their inventory. Does it let you override their tabs with your own configs? Um, yeah. 97% of Roblox users. I wholeheartedly agree that a huge percentage of people prefer the legacy version. I think it looks better, and I think it functions better, and I like every part about it. But like I said, I'm just gonna keep using it. It is much simpler. But like I said, I would rather learn a new thing and get used to the new thing because the old thing's gonna get cut. Right? I would rather get used to the new thing than just keep with the old thing. Probably. I would not. I don't disagree. But I'm not like 70% of the dev base. They would be making a mistake. I don't know why they're swapping, but it's a push. That is a push. They're gonna keep pushing newer stuff onto people because that's just what they do. And I bet people who I also started learning it on. I started uh I remember when there was no dark mode, or at least I didn't know there was dark mode, so I was always on light mode. And I remember light mode studio, and it was like the brightest thing ever. Um, what else? That I think I remember. I forgot when they changed. They changed it way more. Th- Personally, I think they should just add custom tabs to the old one, but I doubt it's. I personally doubt it's they're like trying to change it because they want to be like they want to force people to change. I think it's probably just maybe the way they made it. They're like, oh, it's better if we just recode it then just make it again or something. I'm not sure. Mm, hold on. I originally disabled it, but like I did say, um, I saw that they probably aren't going to get rid of it anytime soon. I decided, I should probably just use the new one. Well, I'm gonna drag this down a little bit. Right. That's fine. You do whatever you feel like doing. Okay. I think we can just. Okay, hold on. Pause. Let me think about this for a moment. I think we can just. Hmm. No. Yeah. Just gonna create a helper function. And I think I can just call the inventory once. No. Hold on. Okay. Wait. I'm just gonna do. I think I'm just gonna do a little like meta table and make like a little controller. Did I? New. Per instance, and you initialize a new type, it causes it to not have the data in the previous instance. Is the inventory initialized per player or per instance? What do you mean per instance? Like per. You'll have to explain it a little differently. Oh, it's initialized. I do it like it creates a new inventory, but like every time a player joins, it creates a new inventory. Um, and it places that inventory inside of a table that stores, like locally in my inventory system, it stores the inventory of that player, and it removes it whenever they leave. And I just use a get function to get what's inside the inventory. I didn't assume that was an issue. Uh, it definitely gets the inventory. I can. It's not like the best inventory system, but it adds it into my existing data folder right here. And you know, it gets, if it exists in that folder, or not folder, into that, in that table. Yeah. And well, it doesn't require it per player. It just requires it once and creates a new inventory from the initial one that's required at the top of the inventory manager. Well, I'm not. Oh, you might be right actually. No, because I'm pretty sure if I just add this into our little thing, I'll just have to test it out. Hold on. Oops. System stat. Workbench system. And we'll just do. And then whenever I create a new one, we'll just store it in its own little. Oops. Just going to create something real simple to just add it to this. And I'll just use the workbench model as the key just to test this out. For example, this issue is the same if you were to have two requires for the same module in a script. Both requires get different data tables. You are probably right. I don't use the AI assistant for anything. Inventory system dot get player. I'm just gonna print our thing whenever we interact with it. Oops. Alright. Then once we do this, we'll just test it out. Oops. Texting with use. I'm just gonna print the active workbench. Probably be nil, right? Yep. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Am I putting in? I am right here. Oh, shoot. Should be good to go, right? Okay. Oh, that's because I don't have anything in my inventory. Alright. Perfect. Whenever I drop something, it should be good. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Is the inventory, okay, hold on. I'll have to read through what you're saying. Do not get that data unless it uses folders that has an internal table. Each require has its own internal data. The inventory system and workbench system will have different inventories. We'll have to synchronize any changes. When you require it separately, it loads a separate inventory. You'll need some kind of synchronization system to load changes across all instances of the inventory system. For example, this issue is the same if you were to have two requires for the same for example, this issue is the same if you were to have two requires for the same module in a script. Both requires give different data tables. Okay. So you're just saying that you would just need to have like a table instead of like or not a table, a folder instead of a table. All the inventory systems I've made have never used folders or anything, and they've all worked perfectly fine. I'll have to search this up. To what is it? Require. getting what you're. Hold on. Okay. I mean, one, I feel like the way I do it works pretty well. I'm still not fully grasping what you're trying to inform me of. Alright, I think I'm gonna end the stream right now, just since I have some important stuff to do.